I'm going to keep on giving this warning to Judah, Jerusalem, because he has put it on the hearts of all of our brothers and sisters who have the spirit of truth, who know prophecy. That's the testimony of Yeshua. It's to know prophecy. Read Revelation of who John is writing to. Read about the Church of Philadelphia and what they do. It's the ones who know prophecy is the ones you need to be listening to. And the churches, like, you know this. You know this. You listen to the pastors and none of them, like, they'll take one verse out of the prophets and try to preach on it. But it's usually a verse about some promise about what he's going to do. And it's like they skip all the prophecies about destruction because they think those have all been done. They're done and finished. It was just a history lesson. Oh man, Scripture is written where the prophecies pertain to that day and today. God is showing you what he's going to do again in the prophets. Ecclesiastes tells you this. What was will be, and what has been will be again. Something like that. I'm paraphrasing. There's nothing new under the sun. He's going to do it again. There was a first Exodus. Guess what? There's going to be a second Exodus. And the second Exodus is going to be so great you don't even mention the first Exodus. So, when you start reading prophecy, which really almost all Scripture is, you know, even Paul, all the apostles were quoting prophecy. When you start reading stuff like Acts 1, Zechariah 14, Matthew 24, Mark 13, Luke 21, Jeremiah 4 through 9, and really it's Isaiah and Jeremiah big time talking about the kind of punishment and destruction that's coming. Ezekiel says it too, but Ezekiel's more like what they're going to be saying and doing. You start seeing Jerusalem is going to be destroyed. And there's a reason. 2 Peter 3 ties into Jeremiah 4 through 9 as well. There's a reason why God has, in his Spirit, through his Spirit, to his servants who actually have the Spirit, not all those apostate Christians who claim they do, because they don't. They don't follow the commandments. That's the prerequisite to getting the Spirit. You got to follow the commandments. 10 commandments, eat clean. Ephesians 2, 10 through 12. Covenants of promise. That's what you got to follow to get the Spirit. John 14, 15 through 17. And then you'll know who has the Spirit because they're out there rebuking. This is John 16. It's about midway in that chapter. It literally tells you the reason people have the Spirit of truth is so that they can reprove the world of sin, rebuking the sin in their neighbor. So you need to start listening to the ones that are speaking like me and others. All the straight as the gate people understand this. All of us have the Spirit. Because all of us understand the prophecy and see it. So when they start telling you Jerusalem is going to be destroyed and you better get out of there quickly, because what they're doing right now was prophesied. Like, this is how it works. You read the prophecies, you see people do the prophecies, and you're like, oh, yeah, that's exactly what's going on. This is how it works. Like, I got a word from the Lord. No, you didn't. Because he already revealed everything through his prophets and through prophecy in Scripture. And I think it's 2 Peter 1:20 tells you all prophecy is, or maybe it was 2 Peter 3:16. It's one of those two. One of them says all prophecy was breathed by the Spirit of God and not of man's own interpretation. The other one says all prophecy is profitable, all Scripture is profitable for reproof, rebuke, correction, all that stuff. So when you have a group of people telling you what's going to happen, you may not believe it, but when you see Jerusalem destroyed, just know who you should have listened to. By that point, it's going to be too late. Because more than likely, when Jerusalem is destroyed, that is when the sixth seal happens. That's what seems to be it's what it's showing. Obviously we don't have all the answers, because it would take us 1,000 years to fully understand the entirety and depths of His Word, because it's unbelievable how big it is and how deep it is. But we understand what He's revealed to us. It's meat in due season. It's what the servants get. The servants get the meat in due season. That is when He opens our eyes to a specific prophecy He wants us to know at that specific time, to warn and tell His people. That's what the job of the watchmen are, to warn the people of what's coming and what the scriptures say. Stop doing this. This is going to happen. Watch out for this. And when you see this next, you better run. This is what it is. In Judah, what they're doing right now, Jerusalem, they're fulfilling prophecy right before our eyes. There's prophecy being fulfilled right before our eyes. And it even says, y'all won't know. There'll be mockers and scorners saying, where is the promise of the coming of your Lord? See, that's the people, the Christians. Oh, they've been saying that He's going to come back for hundreds of years. In fact, even since Paul's day, they've been saying it for thousands of years. It's because it's going to come unto them like a thief in the night. Because they aren't doing the work. They aren't picking up the watchman calling. They aren't getting the meat in due season. They aren't having the scriptures revealed to them like Yeshua said they would. They're going to be revealed to His servants in the last days. So if you're not listening and taking heed to the watchmen that are raised up, that are warning you, proclaiming judgment, proclaiming what the prophets say, telling you what to watch out for, rebuking the sin in your neighbor, rebuking the sin in the people, who else are you going to? You're going to lean on your own understanding, your vain imagination? Yeah, all y'all have, because pride does that. Pride blinds you to the truth, and it makes you think you got the answers, and it puffs you up, and it makes you where you won't listen to somebody else who actually has the answers. We're warning you, Jerusalem is going to be destroyed. More than likely pretty soon. We don't know exactly what the timeline is. That's not our job. That's not our worry. You don't worry about the timeline. When you do that, you're only trying to save yourself. That's why people search out the timelines. That's why people try to predict these dates and try to do all this stuff. It's because of covetousness, vainglory. They want to save their own skin, and they don't care about anybody else. His word says, if you do the work of a servant, then He will give you the meat in due season, and He won't come unto you like a thief in the night. But you have to give up your life, and you have to go warn the people, and you have to preach the good tidings, the fresh holy covenant, and you've got to reprove and rebuke sin in the church, in your neighbor. So if you're trying to go about this your own way, you're going to be caught off guard, and you're going to be in the tribulation. Stop worrying about your own skin and worry about your brothers and sisters, and He will save your skin. That's how it works. Give your life up for His people, for your lost brothers and sisters, the lost sheep of the house of Israel. You give yourself up, you proclaim the message and the good news, you rebuke sin, and then He shows you what you need to know. And you're not going to be caught off guard. Because there's certain things the servants have to do right before the sixth seal breaks. You think He's just going to leave His servants high and dry, not knowing what's coming? Not knowing what to do? See, it's the covetousness of your hearts. You're coveting after your life. Those who desire to save their life will lose it. Give your life up for His kingdom and start seeking His kingdom first, and all these things will be added unto you. Take the warning, though. Mark my words. Jerusalem will be destroyed, and you will see it. And when you see it, you will know Ezekiel 33:33 is played out.